Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I have the honor of interviewing Kat Brodycz again, and we are going to be talking about our ENAGIC business and give you some tips on just this business and the transition into switching from traditional or whatever you're doing in life, switching from one business to an online business. So I'm going to bring her on. Give me one moment.
What's up? How you guys? I was sharing your live stream to my page.
Perfect. Hello, welcome.
Super excited to be here and hopefully share some knowledge that inspires some people and get people a little bit into action, realizing there's a different option out there for them.
Yes. Thank you for coming on again. It's fabulous. So my question is, first question, what was the total line in the sand moment to go all in with launching an online business?
This is actually a really interesting one because, for me, when I started looking into online business, I grew up in Chicago, so I thought everything was a scam. And I was a person who had built multiple businesses. And in Chicago, there are a lot of scams. Like, there's so much done that's beneath the table. And it's like so much. Just you got to be really skeptical if you grow up in Chicago. There's a lot of things. If you're not clever, you could definitely, someone will run up on you, take a lot of money out from you. So growing up with that, when I was looking at online business, I actually haven't ever done another online business, but I would always ask for information and I would always try to look into it. And it was interesting because the girl that sent me the information, it wasn't very clear in the way that she shared it. Reflecting back, I definitely do things differently than her because, gosh, if she would have just shared it a little bit differently, I would have been so on board right away. So what happened for me was I was talking to a girl for several months, just trying to get information about the company. And I think the way that she had learned to share the business was a little bit different than what I would say, because I'm from Chicago. Give it to me real. Tell me what's up. Be straight with me. Give me the details. Don't waste my time. And there was like 6 months that had went by of me just trying to figure out what the hell she's doing. And it was very, very unclear to me. So my line in the sand moment happened because I was already building multiple companies here in Bali. I had an events company. I was doing markets. I had a product-based company doing e-commerce. I was a very active member in the community here on the island, doing many different things. I was on vacation, not vacation because I live on vacation. I live in Bali, of course, on another island. And what happened was my daughter had a high fever and actually went into having a she had a high fever. And then we left the island to come back to mainland, and she ended up having a seizure in the car. And I just remember running through the streets with her lifeless body. And anyone who's been to Bali, Indonesia knows it's like gridlock traffic sometimes. Just trying to find a place to get her help, and her not knowing if she just died in my arms. And in that moment, I remember being in the hospital and thinking I'm working really hard. I have all these different businesses. I'm working sometimes 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I'm just covering the cost of my expenses. I'm just getting by. I'm just able to cover the cost of my living, get my daughter what she needs, live a good life, have nanny because I need help, obviously, to work that much. And I just remember being in the hospital as she was lifeless on the table and kind of coming to and just thinking oh my God, what is this going to cost me? Am I going to be able to afford this? Oh my God, is money really the determination of if my daughter's going to live today? And after that happened, it was November 9th, there was a web class that they were teaching live on 11/11. I was fuck it. I'm just going to go live and see it because I felt with the internet, when people try to get you to get information, they're oh, you just send your email and register and go watch it. And I was I don't know what you're going to do with my email, so skeptical that. I don't know what my problem was. That's called fear-based society. But basically my daughter had a seizure. And I recognized that if I didn't change my circumstances and I didn't better my situation, that this is messed up. That money is going to be something that determines the level of care that my daughter, my true inspiration, my everything in life, is going to receive. And I knew as a mother, I couldn't continue to live the way that I did. And not only already sacrificing the time, because it made me realize I've been working 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. If she died today, I've barely seen my child. The last thing a parent ever wants to go through is losing their child early on. And most people don't realize that that's possible. And they work all day and night thinking that they have the whole life for their child to grow up. And the truth is that may not happen. So that was my line in the sand moment when I recognized that, I don't want money to rule my life. I don't want this to be my reality anymore. and I need to just go and see what's the worst that can happen. I already had the worst happen. My daughter's in the hospital right now, and it's really sad to see. I bet you didn't know that.
Right. She didn't know that, but I'm sorry that you had to go through that. But it was that aha moment. And I mean, like, for me, it was, I had already lost so much time with my son, and, just being in my mobile office and having his grandparents having to watch him all the time, and I missed out. So that was my line in the sand. And he's my why. He's my why 100%. And that's the most important thing.
They grow up too fast, man. Grow up way too fast.
Time flies. It's insane. I have a teenager now that just started 8th grade. So it's like, what? Where did this go? It's unbelievable.
It's 4.5, and I'm already remembering the days I look at the baby pictures when they first come out, and they're like, oh, so smiley and so full of love. And you're just like, gosh. And then I also have guilt over how much of that time that I missed because I worked. That's the real thing, moms and dads. I know there's a lot of moms and dads that can relate to this, the guilt that you haven't been able to watch your child grow up, and you've missed a lot of those moments. I wish so much I could go back in time and find this business opportunity, or just like not waste those 6 months being skeptical. Right. Yeah.
Well, we can't go backwards. We can only go forward. And now we have more time to spend with them. And that's what we have to cherish. We just have to cherish it. It's fabulous. Yeah. So, what were your transitions in the beginning?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, and like what just from what you learned, and what have you learned so far?
I think it's really sometimes difficult. People don't realize the transition. It goes from like, okay, so I owned businesses, right? I had multiple businesses that I had owned, I built, I did everything. And it was like a lot of hustle and grind of like figuring out products, testing my marketing, trying to understand ads, trying to build websites, a lot of different things. Like it was a lot of freaking work. It was a lot of work. But even before that, I think back, had I, in any business, say like, when I was an employee, it was even easier than when you work for someone else and you know that you're going to get money coming in. Being self-employed or a business owner is pretty tough on its own, because you have to figure out so much and you have to do everything. And there's like not support. It's super lonely. Like you don't know if you're going to succeed or fail. And it's not like you have like people to turn to ask for help or a clear path to understand what to do. So there was like so much failures during I had successful businesses, but it was like a lot. I was just investing all my moments in time and learning, trying to become a business owner, or I was a business owner, and be successful at it and still have time for my family. And before I was a business owner doing that, I was an international tattoo artist, but there was times I was working for someone else and it was on their schedule, but I was really good at what I was doing. And I was like, dude, I make more money I got more people booked than anyone in here. I'm going to make my own schedule. I need a break. I don't even have time to take walk-ins. It was kind of funny. So I've always had that boss babe vibe, so to say. But the thing that I really wanted to share was the transition between going from working for myself as a business owner, having to do everything on my own, but then having this business that was given to me. And honestly, the business it's very simple. It's super simple. And a lot of what I was already learning was into this, but it was kind of like taking off this hat of realizing like, but this is built. You don't have to build all that. You can literally just do this, and this is going to grow your business. So there was like a huge transition of going from doing everything to realizing that I actually have a business that I could just tap into and literally make income immediately. So it was like this hard thing for me to process, of thinking like in the beginning, like, oh, I want to build this, I want to build that. It's like, dude, there's people that come to this business, have never done a business, have never owned anything, a stay-at-home single mom, never even had a job, and they're doing this business. And I overcomplicated my process so much. One, because my experience as an entrepreneur, I was not acknowledging the fact that like I already had the company literally gave me everything to like get up and start making income immediately. So it's really hard for me to be like, in this phase of like, by the way, guys, this is a self-sabotage thing people do, is that they often keep switching their game plan in their business because they see something's not working instead of following through long enough to see results. And I had a habit of doing that. So when I got this business, the hardest transition was for me to just recognize that I'm good. like this business has everything. I need to look at the leaders. I need to look at what they're doing and literally just acknowledge the fact that I don't need to make this so complicated. They literally just gave me a business model and a box, and I just need to literally just do. Stop trying to create all these extra things for me to do. For real.
Well, I mean, that's what we're used to, because I mean, like, it's like, all right, well, is it really this, like, is it really done? Is it really done for you? I mean, and that's the amazing thing, because me as a business owner, I was wearing all the hats. And, the designing and the just everything. But I mean, like, that's the beautiful thing about
Control
business.
freak a little bit. Were you like that? Me too.
Yes.
Letting go of control and just be like, yo, let other people work for you. They already did it. Just get the money from their work.
Yes. And that's what automation is about. It's there for you. The graphics are done for you. The testimonials, the people that have the knowledge to just learn. You just keep on learning and learning and learning. I mean, that's a beautiful thing,
It's also too, simplicity of the business, to go from having to build every aspect of your business and like having to figure out all the nooks and crannies, to just recognizing that for the first time ever, I get to focus on just being myself and actually just be myself, and being myself, ensuring the fact that like, hey, I'm tired of being burnt out. I just found a way to make money online that's super simple. They already have the systems and everything in play, and you don't have to figure this out. I think it was so hard for me to turn off my brain to recognize that like I don't need to keep trying to struggle and do everything on my own, and just accept what was given to me. That was literally the hardest part for me, was like turning off my brain and just recognizing that you don't have to struggle. That struggle and overwhelm is a choice. There are business models that exist out there that have everything built, everything done. And the thing that all you have to do is just turn off your brain and recognize that people are programmed to think that making a lot of money is hard. And the truth is, making a lot of money, yes, can be difficult. But if you're with the right people, with the right education, have the right business opportunity, have the right partner offer, it's actually super simple, because everything is already there. And you don't need to keep trying to be this micromanager, perfectionist, control freak, thinking that you're going to come in and do something that the people that are earning 7-8 figures have not already done. And just really recognizing, oh shit, like I need to shut up. Like I know I'm used to being in business by myself, but there's people that have already done this and are giving me the blueprint to success. And I just need to pay attention, watch, listen, and stop trying to think that I'm in a business by myself. I'm part of a company that has everything given to you. And I just need to allow myself to breathe and enjoy the fact that I found this and the struggle is over. I don't need to keep doing everything I've been doing every single day. I can finally breathe and just actually think about how I want to present what I'm doing to other people, because I don't need to figure it out. It's figured out. Now all I have to think about is, how do I want to share this to other people in the world?
Everything is figureoutable. Yes. So, perfect. Thank you. What are your daily income producing activities that are like non-negotiable?
You go back to this one, but I told you about this. This changes every single day. To be honest, that changes every single day. I think it's a very difficult thing to answer, because everyone's business is going to look different. Some business people are doing ads. Some people are showing up live. Some people are building offline. Some people are building online. It's very, very different for everyone. But I think if I have to say one thing, which is non-negotiable in online business, is actually committing to setting a schedule for yourself and doing the activities that are actually going to move your business forward, whatever that may look like. Because some people build our company offline, some people build it online, some people build it with full automation, some people have a team that works with them, that they hire, off Fiverr, that does calls for them or whatever else. When people come through their funnel, there's a lot of different ways to build this business, basically. So I can't say that for daily income producing activities that there's a single way, or I don't want to give people things to say, this is what you have to do to build an online business. Because the truth is, there's 1,001 ways to build your business based on who you are, where you're from in the world, because that's going to vary as well. Whether or not you're in a country which locally there's a good market or not, whether you have access to online or the ability to run ads or not, everybody's business is going to look different. So I feel kind of strange answering this question, because I feel like it's really when you look at non-negotiables, it's just having discipline of showing up, prioritizing the things that are actually going to make you money. Meaning, like, if I had to make graphics versus talk to people and follow up in conversations, I would prioritize me actually going to my chats and answering my messages first before I go think about graphics or adding stuff onto my website or building a new slide deck. But the reality is, who's going to see your, and you don't have to do this, it's all given to us. It's like the most important thing is, like, if you don't talk about it, you don't spread the knowledge that there's opportunities like this exist. No one's going to know about it. But at the same time, some people never talk about this and they run ads. So I don't think that's really a question that you can answer, because everybody builds their business differently. And that's something that
you answered it perfectly, though. You've answered it perfectly, just because you're just explaining that that there's many different ways. There's many different ways of running this business, and that's what you're going to learn. That's what you're going to learn.
Where people don't even do, like, the thing I want to share is that you have to have an hour or two committed to income producing activities. And whatever those income producing activities are going to look like every single day for you to build this business is going to really look different based on your personality type, based on your network, based on what you've currently done in your life, based on how you want to build your business. Maybe you're local, maybe you're a digital nomad, maybe you work already in an industry where that you could see a benefit to our business. It's so difficult to say daily income producing activities because everyone's going to look different. Some people literally just make reels and dance and, like, say that they have an opportunity and send them a webinar link. Dude, it sometimes is that simple. Other people are, like, out there actually showing up and, like, showing and talking and giving presentations. It's very, very difficult to answer that because, to be honest, there's no single way to build this business. The reality of it is there's a million ways to build this business, and whatever you are good at in life and is your genius zone, like if you're good at talking to people, if you're good at, maybe just being a community-based individual, if you're good at being networking, if you're good at just, like, being super authentic, if you're passionate about, maybe some of the topics that our company is about, the truth is your income producing activities are going to relate to your authenticity of you just shining your light and being real about where you're at, why you said yes to this, and sharing this opportunity, because most people that you're going to track into your business are going to see it the way that you see it, for the reason that you see it. And how that looks like for me, sometimes I just go to a beach club and I, like, sit down next to people and people are like, well, what do you do online, like, for work? And I'm like, dude, I work online. And then, like, I have a conversation and next thing you know, I'm getting paid. Like, it's different for everybody, but not everybody is going to beach clubs every day. Not everybody lives in Bali. So it's like, it's not really something I could give advice on. I think it's just, like, there's 1,000,001 different ways to make money, basically. And it could look different for everyone. There's some people that are just doing ads. They don't even want to show their face. There's some people, their dog is the face of their business. It's a lot of crazy stuff. Never shut up opportunities to make money.
Awesome. Well, perfect answers to all the questions. Thank you so much. And if this is calling to you, then reach out to any one of us, and we look forward to.
And if I may share one other thing, because we actually had a different question I was thinking about answering at the end, and this is kind of very vital for people who are watching this and kind of curious and, like, looking, and they're like, hey, I know my life isn't going maybe the way I always dreamed of, or maybe I'm in a circumstance where I wish I could change it. I'm not earning the income that I really desire, or I don't have enough time with my kids, or I'm super burnt out right now. Really what we're trying to communicate to people who feel like they're in that predicament, where they're looking at their life and just recognizing that, no matter how hard they work, they're still feeling like they're left behind. They're still feeling like they're struggling financially, or they're still feeling like they're struggling with time. Time is so much more valuable than money, but money allows you to have more time. So it's one thing I just want to reflect is that it's sometimes not always about just joining an online business, because it is going to be a learning curve. You're going to have to do things differently because you are now 100% self-employed for yourself, basically, and no one's going to tell you what to do. And you have to be willing to face yourself every single day to do the things you need to do. But you're surrounded by a community of individuals and people that are earning far greater than you. The reason why most people never get into the status of being a millionaire or making a lot of money is because most people aren't willing to do and stand outside the social quote. They're too busy thinking that if they just keep going and climb the social ladder, the corporate ladder, that eventually one day where they launch their business, it's going to blow up and they become a millionaire. The truth is, no, guys, 92% of, like, female millionaires are actually in the industry which we're in, which is network marketing. 92% of self-made millionaires that are women are in this industry. because it's an opportunity that really allows you to be your authentic self and can be built any single way. The other aspect of that is being in proximity with people that are already acknowledging that the ways that we have been told to earn money, going to a 9 to 5, working our ass off for 40 hours a week, read the 4-hour work week book, if you had not already. The truth is, it's designed to keep you building someone else's dreams instead of you actually truly investing in yourself and building the life that you desire, because it's available to every single one of us. We've been literally systematically programmed since a small child that the way to success is to work for someone else, to listen to them, to abide by them, to take what they will give us. And if we do not want to do that, we have to be an entrepreneur and build our own company and go out there and figure it out. And the truth is 9 out of 10 self-owned businesses actually fail in the first 5 years. And if they don't fail in the first 5 years, they fail in the next 5 years. So owning your own business, testing and trialing, like what we had both done, is a really hard process. So what this is really about is actually partnering and being around people that have done the things, found a company that is legit, that's been around for 50 years, proven to convert literally 1.3 billion in sales last year. I think 80 million of that was paid out to our distributors that are inside of our company, and just having something that you don't have to figure out. And you can acknowledge that we've been programmed to think that everything has to be hard and we have to stay small and listen to someone else, and that living your dream life is not possible. You have to slave away. You have to like chase the money. I don't chase the money. I chase the freedom. I chase me waking up every single day and loving my life. And the truth is 90% of population out there is not waking up every single day and chasing them, just loving their daily life. You know, that's the reality of what we're living in. But when you have a business model that's figured out and you can actually take a step back and breathe, and then you have leaders that you can look to for information, you have the correct partner offer, and you have a company that's paying you sometimes multiple 4 figures, over 6,000 sometimes a sale. I mean, you close one sale, most people, that's their rent paid and their bills paid for the month. You know, it gets to be simple. Why we are programmed to think that we have to be slaves and work 40-hour work weeks and think that we're actually all going to become millionaires if we build our own business and we're going to have all this huge success and our company is going to blow up. You and everybody else has that dream. Truth is, Japan, where our company is from, has over 100 businesses, over 1,000 businesses over 100 years old. America, dude, you guys I don't even think you guys have one business over 100 years old. There's businesses that are built to last, and they set up the systems to make it simple for people to duplicate and to go on and build with. And we have to take a step back from I'm American, our American thinking, and recognize that there are opportunities that exist out there. And we have to be willing to just go in and look at them and just know that building and making a beautiful life for yourself is not that difficult. The hardest thing that you're going to have to face when joining into an online business is you just recognizing that there are opportunities that exist out there, and it does not have to be a struggle, and that you can earn a lot of money online and not everything is a scam. There are literally companies that are ethical, amazing, have beautiful products, have beautiful partner opportunities that literally give you your dream life. And it does require work. It ain't easy to work for yourself sometimes, because you're the only person holding those reins, but it's 100% worth it to know that you have a clear path to retirement. You have money coming in, and that there's so many people around you that have already built success for it, that when you have a hard time, you have someone to turn to because you're no longer a solo entrepreneur. So I just wanted to share that, because I think that when we're talking about this, we really need to let people understand, you know, where we're trying to guide you and what we're trying to help you to understand, and the mindset shift that we're really trying to convey to you that's possible and available to you. So if you guys have any questions, you know, wherever you're seeing this, whether you're seeing this on her page or my page or in a group somewhere, you know, reach out to whoever the individual is that has shown you this video and say, hey, I heard that there's an online business opportunity. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm curious for information. Could I get some information? And more than likely, we will either have a webinar link, or we will be streaming a live web class where you can actually come and tune in and jump on a Zoom call, even ask your questions sometimes in live time, if not watch it live in a Facebook group, and just learn about what we're doing and see if it's for you, because you don't know what you don't know. And society has you programmed thinking that these millionaire opportunities are like a needle in a haystack. But the truth is we have like hundreds of thousands of distributors all over the world. We're in 22 countries, 45 offices or 43 offices. People all around the world are doing this right now. People that are like India and Philippines. India was our highest selling company, and they literally like come from absolutely nothing. A lot of them don't even speak English. So there's no reason that like people that come from countries that are considered third world countries, they're super talented, they have the drive, they're willing to go out there and make it work, and they become some of the biggest leaders in this company, earning multiple 4 figures, opportunities that they would never get. So if these people can do it, I have no doubt that people that are watching this who speak English can definitely do this, can grow and turn our business into literally anything that they desire and completely change their life and walk away from them missing these moments with their children, them missing these moments with their family, their friends, and just take back control over their life and get out of this Rockefeller fed spoon to mouth system that's literally keeping them enslaved. So that's all I wanted to say. That was my rant, because I just felt like there was so much more I wanted to just really help people to understand, and just to close it out with something really powerful for you guys to take in.
Yes. And you can build this business to legacy income, legacy to will it off to your family and forever and ever. And, you know, never give up. You never want to give up. And it's all about repetition and consistency, and believing in yourself. So, yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. If you guys enjoy this, be sure to comment what your favorite thing was that you guys loved the most to hear. And if you guys need information, just comment on the video wherever you see this and say, yo, send me info. Or actually, it's probably better if you DM us, because half the time I don't get my notifications. Send us a DM. Be like, yo, I'm serious.
Direct message. And we will see you soon. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening or a day, wherever you're tuning in from. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.